Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Alex Press here. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully you saved me some turkey. But let's get started with our fishing report, and just reminding you, it's Black Friday sales event. Pretty much started Thanksgiving Day going through Sunday, and tomorrow it's Small Business Saturday, which means all our local company lures are going to be on sale. I believe they're going to be 20% off, and as you can see, we have plenty of local lures here that are actually going to be, that we're going to talk about, what's biting and what's not. So let's get started with what's going on out here in the bay. Now, for you guys rock fishing right now, if you want to get in the hottest bite, right now, you pretty much have to travel down south and get into that jig-in / trolling bite going on right now from pretty much Chesapeake Beach all the way down towards the mouth of the Potomac. Now, if you want to get into some good-sized fish, good schools of fish, I would recommend you guys going out of Solomon's, going towards the eastern shore, south of Hoopers, around buoy 72, 72A, anywhere around that area on the shipping channels. Make sure you kind of start your way from 20 foot of water, work your way into the shipping channels. You'll see birds, you'll see massive schools of bait, and of course you'll find some rockfish in there. And what are you guys using out there? What are the guys using out there? What they're using is, if you're jigging, you want to upgrade your profile. There's a lot of good sized fish out there now coming in from the ocean, and they're fish between 25 inches all the way up to a couple that we've been hearing about, in the upper 30s. So bust some baits, big boys. These guys are a bigger, fatter profile. It's an 8-inch on a GI jig, which all of these items are going to be on sale. But that GI jig, 1.5, 1 ounce on that, it's perfect for you guys for jigging out there. It's what they're eating out there. Good sized bunker. That's what they're feeding on, and that's what you're here in Annapolis. There's still some fish. As always, you're always going to be able to pull fish out of there. Remember, you can stay on the mid-size lure size with the BKD, a 6-inch BKD or something in that size. Fish anywhere between 15, 30 foot of water in the pilings, and you will find fish. Now, besides that, there is some areas in the Patapsco that have fish almost all year round, and those are the hot water discharges around the power plant there. Anywhere in there, it's super shallow water, so you can throw some of the big jerk baits like the Rapala, XR12s, XR10s, in silver color, and you will find fish around there, those shallow water areas. The water is a little bit warmer there, so you will find some fish there. Now, trolling, you're going to be trolling some bigger baits now, some 9-inch baits on umbrellas or tandems, and that will produce some fish. Now, the mouth of the Potomac right off Point Lookout, that's in even better. You guys are going to be able to pull some keeper size fish out of there. And remember, the season you get your rock fishing going on right now, so you can get some of those keepers. After that, so I believe just catch and release once they close it down in December. But besides that, ocean fish are moving in this area, or southern bay, and hopefully within the next week we might see a push of some bigger fish around Eastern Bay. Normally we see the first week of December where some of those fish make their way up here, but not as good as it was before. But the random fish that just kind of come up. Now let's move on to what's actually going on and what's, I guess, really hot in this Annapolis area right now. And you've been hearing about it, and that is the pickerel, yellow perch, even some rockfish mixing in the upper parts of the creeks. Severn River, Round Bay and up to the main waters of the Severn River has been producing some great pickerel fishing. I mean, the tidal water, especially on the western shore. Now this year it seems like those fish are making a comeback. If you've never done it, it's a cold water fishery, and those fish fight great. There's days where you'll have great numbers. And what do you use for those fish? One of my easiest and best working lures is that number 3 inline Meth spinner. That one comes with curly tails that you can put on there. It gives it more action, and it works great. We also make our own custom inline spinners with some bigger profile shads on there, designed by well, not designed by us, but made by us here in the shop. Myself and all the boys put them together, so the colors are going to work because we fished with them around this area. Now, the Magothy River also produces a lot of fish. If you're a shore fisherman and you're trying to get into this action, Beechwood Park in Pasadena is going to be your best bet. Get some waders, because those fish, that park doesn't have like a lot of I guess shoreline areas where you won't get wet, so you can walk that whole shoreline there if you have waders on there. Now, yellow perch, get a bobber, 1/16 of an ounce jig, put a minnow on there, or again, stingers. You can put it on the back of that, put whatever kind of scent you want or no scent, cast it out there and just pop the bobber, and that will work great for white perch, yellow perch, I mean pickerel, everything. We've had some reports from Beechwood, guys catching rockfish still up there, keeper size rockfish, while fishing for yellow perch, catching yellow perch, white perch, even some largemouth. And we got a report this week of a 25-inch snakehead being caught out of there. And most of the guys do kayak fish in that area, and they've reported a couple more snakeheads in that area. Fish slow down, so that's going to be one of those lure/baits that will work really good for that. Other than that, you guys fishing up in Middle River area, they're catching a few yellow perch up there already, and for the Boysboro, they're starting to see some yellow perch, and keeper size yellow perch, but a lot of males right now, so a lot of undersized yellow perch on those areas there. And most of the creeks and whatnot are going to hold pickerel too, so anywhere you go on the Eastern Shore is going to produce. Productive. Some of the days, some guys came in here and checked in some good sized fish. I believe someone checked in an 11-pounder this week here at the shop, and those guys were fishing once again inline, one of our house-made snakehead inline spinners. But for this time of the year, same thing. You can use that small one. I will personally use a smaller bait, more finesse. And if you're using minnows, we have our minnow rig here that it's going to work great. So go to any of those bridges there and make sure you go there at the warmest period of the day, and you will find some snakeheads. Now, going on right now, it's pretty much tog fishing down in Ocean City. Everybody off the Route 50 bridge has been catching a lot of small, non-keeper sized fish, crabs, blue crabs, any kind of crab will work for bait on there. And then obviously you're catching some rockfish in there using jigs. So you can use the same ones over there since it's pretty much heavier current. And that migration of rockfish is just getting started now. Not really started, but those fish usually don't make it to the coast of Ocean City as they used to. But you will see it happening pretty much starting like this week. In the following weeks, those fish will start to show up in the surf. Delaware surf and Chesapeake, pretty much everywhere in there if they come through. Most of the time, the past few years, they've stayed pretty much off the 3 mile zone, so they're not really coming in close. But hopefully this year we'll get some of those fish. Pickerel, yellow perch, that's the hottest thing right now. Remember, come by tomorrow for small business Saturday sales, and you can win a trip with Charlie, the legend himself, fishing trip with Charlie.